to marking up charts with HP Capital. So we're just going to browse through a few things, a few assets, mark them up, see which one are going to play out with and which one won't. So if you take a closer look, we're trading C1. We've got a sell setup. This is our point of interest. Okay, we're going to just explain how we have this bias. So we start from the weekly. Okay, I'm not sure if you can actually see, but on the weekly charts, we have a high possibility that we can actually close this week in this zone with this weekly candle being red. Hence, we started having this bias the day before yesterday. So we've been looking for sells, right? So that's our weekly bias. Daily bias, more or less the same. Okay, if you check our daily price action, those using BTMM, we had a 1350 cross and a retest ID50 setup. There is a high chance we can still come up into the zone before the drop. Hence, you can see we have a level here. This one also respected yesterday, or the day before yesterday, or yesterday, yeah, this is yesterday. This is today, this is the day before yesterday. So this one was tested yesterday for the sell trade we had, for those who took it. So from the daily, we have a rejection of the 13 from yesterday. So today is more or less the same. Expecting price to actually push down into this area. You can see this TP area, this is a TP area, this zone is also a TP area. Okay, so we drop to H4. When you're on H4, you're looking for peak formations. So we're looking for peak formation high, peak formation low. Let me just move these lines here. Okay. Right, so this is the price action for this week, right? So remember, if you're selling, you're looking for the highs, ultimate highs, to sell from those highs and to buy from the ultimate lows. Alright, so I'm going to touch through how you can actually decipher whether the low is worth taking. So we look at things like your order blocks, mainly, that kind of helps you. So if you have a bias from a higher time frame, that means on the weekly chart you're looking for price to trade above where it opened before dropping. So for example, you can see this particular week price opened here, so you can put a line there if you want to. So initially this was the peak formation high, the initial, I'll put a small I there. So this is your initial peak formation high. You look to sell from here, but then price came back up, started breaking structures in there on smaller time frames. It's just a sign that the dealer might set another peak formation. So you look at your order block, same thing. Okay, you mark your possible OBs. Okay, if you check for this particular green candle here before the push down, you can just mark your OB into the future like that. Okay, so this is a higher time frame. So remember, you need to refine it. So to refine it, we're going to go to a smaller time frame. So let me just leave this one there, drop down to H1. So as soon as price gets into a higher time frame OB, you start looking for patterns. Okay, so this is the high time frame OB from here to here. It was tested here, which was a high of the day for this particular day. So you could have taken it here. And then price came back into that area yesterday. But once it got into this area now, we look for a refined order block within an order block, which we would have found here. So this is H1. I think that OB was either available on M30 or M15. Okay. So it was M50, this is M30 higher time frame, OB within the OB. Okay, I think I'm marking the wrong area here. This is the OB within the OB, okay, M30. Then price came into that OB within the OB. Then within yesterday, we had to look for another OB, right? So how do you look for that OB, or how do you get your entry? So for you to know that the high of this day has been set, price has to be creating higher highs, higher lows. Then at some point, it has to pull down, break a structure, pull back up, so that you can enter. So your entry will be somewhere here, this pullback up. So you can see here, price was coming up, right? No structure was broken here, no structure was broken here. This structure was broken by this move down. That's where the first structure was broken. If you check, we marked inside there, that's where we found our OB. Then the price dropped to the 50, dropped to the 200. This was actually our TP. You see, we marked here, price smashed, probably did a double distance from where we had targeted. It actually came, I think, to this OB here. Let's just see. So this is more like a build up to today's setup. So I'm just explaining so that you guys can actually understand what we look at. Okay, so price came into this OB here. Right, as you can see, crystal clear. So those who held, probably that would have been TP2. Then this would have been TP3. I didn't think they would come as high as this, but you know how it is with the dealers. They can come as high as you think that they would. Even possible, they can even come here. Right there. But let's just see what happens. So how we marked up today's setup now. Okay, let me just explain this part a little bit on a smaller time frame. So this is M30. You can drop to M15 or M5 to look for the pattern I was talking about. So when you want to sell from the high of the day. If a pattern presents, the pattern first presented here when this structure here was broken here. Right, this move, it broke this structure, so we start looking for sells. Right, but if you see these guys, they sort of came, extended the high from this one, but we initially had a high having been set already. So we're basically waiting for this ultimate structure to be broken. Right, this is the move which broke this structure, meaning you could have entered here. This move broke the structure.
Want to know how to create awesome videos? Check out motionarray.com. You can do it too. Titles easy.
Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so after breaking this structure, we look for an entry. So you could have started entering small entries here, waiting for a confirmation or a confirmed pattern. So they failed to break this one, this low here, but they broke this one. So you could still have entered here. We had an OB, probably I think it's M5 or M2 or M3. You can see sniper entry there. The price fell, broke this ultimate structure here now. Then they came, we also had a 1350 cross, so this more like an ID50 setup as well. I'm gonna do another video explaining what is an ID50 in greater detail, but if you didn't enter on this area, you could have still entered here, you could have still entered here, then price fell to TP, continued falling. So as it fell, it's been leaving order blocks, right? Okay, let me just clear this. As the price is falling, it's leaving order blocks. Okay, so as price pulls back up, your first point of interest will be here. You see they tried spiking, they failed. They came here, they tried spiking, they failed. Now they came. This is an ultimate order block from a high time frame. This one inside is an OB within the OB. So that's my main point of interest. So I've got positions in here running already. Right here, I've got positions. So now I'm waiting for a pattern. I need the dealer has to break a structure. So which structure do we see here? The immediate structure I'm seeing is this one. Until the structure is violated, I do not have a confirmed setup. Dealer has to confirm by looking the high of the day, by breaking a structure. That's when you know 80% chance your HUD has been locked. Okay. So when the dealer pulls back up into an OB, that's where we look to sell. So for me, this is the point of interest, high probability area. So we could get this move actually happening right now, possible pullback. If there's an OB, we can take the trade. So we're looking to take profit here. We're looking to take profit on the low of this week as well. So that's TP1, TP2 will be here. If this area becomes violated, it means the setup I'm seeing here is invalid. So I'll be waiting for price to come to the next zone, which will be here. So just to draw that zone. So now we just have to wait and see what price does. This is M15, M5. So far there is no pattern. Price is just been pushing up for today. Right, so we need a structure to be broken. They might come into here. If they do this, we take the trade. But for now, we wait and see what happens. Okay, so that's it on C1. I need to look maybe at US 500. I believe we've got NFP today. So let me see if I can. Okay, this is what's USD, CAD. Looks like they want to sell. So I'm going to explain to you also the same concept I was explaining on C1 right here. USD, CAD, 2-minute time frame, weekly. Okay, I'm going to clear everything else which is here. Let's see, drawings. Okay, you see there's NFP and some stuff there. Okay, TDI on the bottom, that's the indicator we use. So price has been sort of ranging for the short period. In terms of weekly, right in this area, you can see it's more or less of a range. So I believe we're gonna get moves, maybe if we break out of this area. Okay, that's the weekly. So if we say we are ranging, what are we looking at? Or what's our possible bias? We could possibly see price coming back here. Okay, let me actually do this. Okay, there we go. Okay. Nothing fancy about these levels. I'm just picking the highs I can see and the lows I can see. Just trying to mark it into a ranging area. So if you trade USD CAD, hopefully you'll be looking to trade better after it gets out of this ranging area, either to the top side or bottom side. So now that we've seen our weekly, possibly we could be coming there. I'm going to go to the daily. Okay, daily we can sort of try to refine those levels. See how price was playing. Okay, let's make it 2. Okay. Top side, we're going to leave it as it is. Okay, so we had these highs slightly manipulated here, so we saw that drop down. Price pulled back, they broke a structure. High possibility we could be selling at NFP. So this is just technicals. I haven't really checked fundamentals to see what's happening with the dollar, especially with the dollar index or the Canadian dollar. I haven't checked, but possibly we could be coming down. So daily also showing that. So let's see what we have on H4. So remember, H4 we look for peak formation high, peak formation low. Okay, TradingView doesn't really show me the period separators as I want them for the 4 hour. So let me quickly check on my phone. What you want to check is your peak formation high, peak formation low. How do you see that? You see that on the 4 hour. So this week started here. 1, 2, 1, 2. This week started here. Okay. So if this week started here, the first candle when we started the week we were coming down. So I'm going to put just a horizontal line there to show you how we opened until today. Let's make that white. Okay, so what this simply means is for you to be able to catch a good trade, you want to sell when you're coming from the peak formation high. So if your wick opens here, you want price action to show you that a peak has been locked, any sign, peak formation high. Okay, on this particular example, we had a level here which was broken, right, by a structure. Remember, we were coming up. Right, we get here, then a push breaks the structure. This pullback into this area is what we are looking for. So that would have been your swing sell, probably sell it for like 2 days, hold and probably exit on this day, which was yesterday. That's what you'll be looking for. So from the bottom side, same thing. You're looking for price to show you something that it has hit a peak. So it came into this OB, it started to slow down. If we drop down to a smaller time frame, you're going to find patterns in here which will show you that okay, this price is going up now, then you enter. So looking at it today now, peak formation high was locked. I feel like this is price coming to retest these order blocks in here, mainly this one. There is a huge possibility we're coming down based on what we looked at on the daily and the weekly. Okay, so we want to look for confirmations. What confirmations do we have? TDI for now, price is trading below the yellow baseline. Slightly above, but it was trading below for the longest of times, like from about this area, which kind of creates a divergence setup. Then price pulls back. If we come below the 50, right, we should see price falling back into this area. So we're going to mark that zone in case we need to use it for a TP. Okay, something like that. This is also on the 200 MA. Okay, those use BTMM. So what we're going to look for now is patterns. We need a pattern. For now, price is slowed down on the week's open, as you can see, right? So possibly we could push down. Others could also say this looks like it's a head and shoulder type pattern. Let's verify that. So usually those who trade head and shoulder, they like to trade after the neck has been broken, right? But we want to enter it here so that we catch it early if it's actually selling. So remember, if price starts to trade up or breaks this open price, we will be coming back to this week's highs.
Cool shirt. Thanks, man. What? Wasn't me. Cool shirt. It is a nice shirt. Makes you want to walk like this.
Hey, Dinkosaurus here. In this video, I want to
Okay, sorry about that. Okay, just playing YouTube as well, so some admins thing. Okay, so if you want to scalp, if you see your price showing momentum coming up here, okay, struggling with that. Okay, this area could give about, let's see, probably about 40 pips, possibly. Okay. Try to do it like this. Okay, that's actually 50. Yeah, 50 pips. So it won't be a bad scalp going to the upside, but at the same time, the downside is good, a bit more potential. So obviously won't take it from the top if it doesn't come there, but okay, let me just try to make it a bit more realistic. If we come to the downside, there's a chance we could get 100. So there's more potential to the downside than coming to the top side, because here the target will be this week's highs. Here the target is this week's lows. Okay, so now we drop down to H1. H1, we've got an M pattern. Yesterday's highs were not broken, so those were there, I think, earlier or on London session probably caught that trade. Okay, smaller time frame. Try to refine it a bit. This was yesterday's high. Okay, they missed that high by inches, by a tiny bit. Okay. Okay, so from there you will probably be looking for sells. How would you have scalped your sell? I'm going to show you how you would have scalped your sell. There then we're going to look for an entry. So before we look at how we will establish sell, this area is a point of interest for me. It's 1 o'clock, 1 hour 30 to NFP. So okay, this is a point of interest for me for sells. Okay, so I'll be looking for this price to actually drop. So we could get something like this because of the news, but yeah, it's always good to have a tight stop loss. This is 1:8. If you want to put a stop loss above the high, then it will be 1:3. But this, I think this will do. It's better to cut a loss quick if you are wrong and reassess whether you'll be buying or what. So it's more like a 1:9, something like that. So we're going to leave this there to see how our price is going to play out. But if I happen to see any pattern, because remember now our price is reacting off today's lows or the Asian lows, right? Okay, so it's more of this is the daily range for today. That's the daily range. So we just want to see what price is going to do as we approach NFP. If we respect this OB here, we could see price dropping. Very possible. I just want to check H1 for something. Okay. So as long as the price does not break the week's high, we are still strongly bearish. We could see this price falling, but if we violate this area, we could see price coming to this week's high. Then from here, we have to assess whether they are breaking or they will fail to break them. We can still take sales dropping back down. So it's looking more like this. So I think we're on M15. Okay, so if they decide to come up, then it will possibly be something like this. Remember, they could still reject these highs for a third time. If they give us a third rejection, then we sell from there. Okay, so we could get something like a 1:3, but we'll just see how price plays out. So M2. Okay, so I want to show you something about the sell, which was there earlier. So 9 o'clock London session, 9 in the morning. How you know your high has been locked, or 80% chance at least that your high is locked. Remember, you are in an uptrend. Price is giving you like your higher highs. This one, not really my cup of tea, because you know when London opens, you expect them to at least trap above an Asian high. So start getting interested here as the price is pushing up. Soon as we get a structure being broken, we know this price here, 80% chance the HOD has been locked. Now we wait for price to pull back into an order block. So the order block we had here was this one. Price didn't get there. Let's see what happened on the 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute as well, it didn't get there. So we might have missed that entry, but check as the price goes down again and breaks a level, it leaves another OB. Okay, so this was also a place to enter a trade. You can TP on the Asian lows or on the 800. This would have been 1:3. What else did we have on the left there? Okay, so Asian lows here. This would have been, I think it actually hit TP, because when you put your TP, you want it to be where the candlestick bodies are, where the order book starts. Right, so if it was there, that was somewhere here, the price still came and hits. If you notice something, if you miss that entry, London, as long as you've got that selling bias. So talking of the sell bias, remember we came with this selling bias from a higher time frame. So here's another OB here. Could still have taken a sell there. Stop loss above that OB, which was here. TP more or less the same. So 2 chances to enter that trade, and there we have it. That was the sell. So for now, they haven't violated the Asian laws yet. For now they are reacting off the 800. As you can see, those who use BTMM, they are failing to break the 800 EMA, this EMA here. For now, structure has been broken. Excuse me. So this is now the London low. This is the London low, so we could actually get a movement like this. Price might hit here, do this, and then ultimately drop. So Asian is its high and low, London is its high and low, New York has got its high and low. So those are the 3 main sessions we use, but we're expecting a lot of volatility here during NFP. And whatever follows after that, but this is where we're expecting volatility. So this whole area here, we'll just wait to see how price plays out. So if I'm online at NFP, I might do a recording which will follow through after this one, just to show if I traded it, because if I'm not sure of the direction in NFP, I will not take the trade. But if I do take the trade, or if I have a view, I'll share it just before so that we see how it plays out. But otherwise, this was the sell at London session. So now as we are approaching NY session, you see price will consolidate it. They'll wait for the dealers on NY to come and do the things. So for me, that's it. Let me see if I can look at something else maybe before I close this off. Okay, maybe let's just, we're saying we have possible sells on USD. Let's just say if the dollar index is giving us the same view. We've been bearish most of today. Let's go to H1. We need a bit of a higher time frame. So you can check, we've had like a bit of a sell-off happening. On DXY there. I've marked this area. I actually thought they would fall from here, but they came back above. Still a point of interest for me. So what could happen? Could they spike the price at NFP, then push up? This fall will continue, because here it looks like the high has been violated. There's an M, TDI divergence. So if we get something like this, that'll be a signature trade. So to get something like this, this is when our price has to pull up then drop. A lot of things could happen here based on DXY. So now I'm using DXY. At the same time, you can see price is sort of being stopped by this OB here. Okay, this is H1. Let's just check from the weekly, see what's going on. Weekly looks like it's been bullish. Have we violated these highs though? Not yet. That means we could see this price push up, guys. The dollar could be strong at NFP. But next week we could see the price falling, because if you check here, slides, what could happen here? Because I want to compare price action as they near the highs. Not much of manipulation, not much even here. Okay, this is the weekly. So weekly, a lot of up momentum, 1, 2, 3, 4 days of rise, 4 weeks of rise. This week is sort of ranging. Okay, let's see. We're gonna check H4. I think H4 might give us a clue. Okay, daily has been bullish. RR track there. See that price there. Sniper there. We could go up. Okay, they touch there, they're pushing up. For hours been in a range, like I said, you see. But okay, let me just remove it because I think I've seen something. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, from last week's high, we have manipulated that high right there. Okay, so if we've manipulated a high here, there is a high chance now that the price will drop. Many people will actually be seeing this pattern as a continuation to the top side. This price can actually push down here. We've got a little M, sign of an M there on TDI. The dollar looks like it's going to sell. So that means gold is going to buy it. NFP. I think that's my bias. Okay, my NFP bias. Let me actually take some notes. Okay, this week has been ranging. We can actually see. Let's just see the possibilities here. Might get price coming to the 200s on H4. That will mean most the dollar pairs should be bearish. Okay, bearish. That's why I'm seeing a bearish move. Unless price fails to break here. So this, okay, let me just leave it there. So USD CAD, the thing is CAD has got its own use. So if you're trading USD CAD, then you gotta be careful. Because I haven't studied. This was going to be a nice sell. That's why you saw there was nice sells on USD CAD from London session. If you can also notice here from the DXY. Okay. I think I'll be looking for sells here. USD pairs, USD, any pair with USD like this, USD JPY, USD, CHF. I'll be looking to sell those pairs. There's high probability. Unless maybe before 2:30, I'll see maybe something showing me that it wants to go up, but I think we're going to be coming down. We're going to be coming down. So I'm not sure if you should look at UJ maybe to look for a sell setup. Because in essence, this whole area is an OB, it's a selling OB, right? So if we can get something like this before NFP, then we are dropping. They could come up high here, but if they fail to break this high, we're still dropping. All these are possibilities. Okay, let's look at UJ. USD CAD. Let's see, do I have any? Okay, so that means Euro USD will be buying, right? Okay, let's look at Euro USD. Okay, see, we had a nice buy from the morning. Many people are selling here. Those who know better were buying. Okay, this is the Asian highs. What can this price do, guys? What can it do? So if price comes here, I'll be looking to buy from this area. It's what now? It's 13.18, okay? What does this price want to do? Okay, let me check H4 as well. You can see here, guys. Nah, no ways, man. Look at this. You see this low here. Right, I want you to see this concept, what we've been talking about this whole session. Okay, how do I do this? Oh, I don't know, maybe, but this is what I'm seeing right now. You see, price have failed to hit this low, to break these lows. We initially had this low here. Then we're coming down, right? Coming down. Then a structure gets broken. Price comes, hits an OB for the buy. Okay, we can draw it into the future. Okay, draw it into the future like that. If you see after that break of structure, price did come down on this particular day. They only respected this particular OB. They didn't get to our sweet spot. They got here this particular day. They gave a W confirmed, clean buy, take profit on the previous day's high, on the previous day's high. Price dropped again into this OB. You see, they're not coming close here. Right, people are buying, people are buying, right? Because this setup shows us we're buying, we take profit on the 200. What do we have on the left? We've got an OB here. Price respects that OB, breaks his structure, pulls a little bit back up and drops. This was yesterday. Many people were selling here. Many people were seeing a continuation of this sell. So if we're here in the morning, London, we could have bought. Right, we could have bought. Right now, what could happen? What could happen is there's so much buy momentum from this area, and this price hasn't been broken. There is a reason why that price is not being broken. This is H1. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Okay, H4. This is the zone which was respected. Okay. Another zone there. Okay. So is this price, does it want to push down? Does it want to push up? EU buying bias, but what makes me not want to buy it is this Russia-Ukraine war, sanctions and stuff. Because you see, with this war, the euro will be weak. If they buy, I don't think it will be a long-term buy though. They might actually reject off here, then come down. But why is this low not being broken? TDI, all signs are showing we might be getting into bearish territory, meaning we can push to the 200. Okay, EU today I've got a buying bias. Okay, buying bias on EU. We could TP on the 80. We could get to the 800. High probability, or okay, you see these two zones here. Let's see if you guys can see. Okay, there's two zones here which we drew. This one was violated here. This is an OB. Through my back testing, I've seen price do some crazy stuff around these OBs. Crazy stuff like wanting to come to that OB. Just use it for today. Okay. That means we can move this. Nice violation here. This was a nice entry for a buy. Right in there, or even right here. So what can happen is price is being stopped by this OB. But is that OB strong enough though to make price want to come back here before flying up? Okay. I'll do a part 2 of this video. Definitely, I'm going to look at EU, USDK, UJ, DXY, just to see how this price would have played out. Because right now I'm fascinated by how they're failing to break these lows from the 28th. This week there hasn't been much of any action. 29th, 2nd. This week opened right here. Price has been ranging. What do they want to do? Okay, let's drop down to M30. Okay, so M30, you'll find out that we've got an OB here. Which could be a low probability. Nah, it's high probability. Okay, right now price is being stopped by this one. The possible play here. And with this now, remember from the HOD, we usually look to sell. So far, no structure has been broken to the downside, right? They have to break this structure, then look for an OB for this to be a sell, maybe for us to TP in here. But if they fail to break this structure and respect it, then definitely we're going to break this one and fly up. Okay, so these are possibilities, like what we are anticipating the price to possibly do. Let's see, what do they want to do? We've got a shark fin, we've got a TDI squeeze. top side, we're getting a break. Are they gonna push price all the way down? Yeah, this one is going to be a bit tricky, but let's wait and see. So for now, there's no sell confirmation unless this zone is broken. Then we can start looking for possible sells. Let me just take a look at M3 in case we can scalp a sell maybe before the news. Okay, so to make it simple, we just use a structure visible to the eye. Price has been pushing up. You see here, they couldn't break structure, couldn't break, coming up. This little structure has been broken now. This is just an initial high of the day, so let's see. But trading now also is a bit of a high risk because remember it's a session switch over or session change over. Okay, if you're going to take the buy in the morning, let me show you how you would have taken it. So price was coming down. You can see the levels visible to the eye without straining. This is a level here. You see price pushed up, then pulled down. But now that structure here was broken by this whole push up. Right, where is your OB? Your OB is here, your OB is here. So the price respected the first one, so you could have bought from there. Stop loss would even have been there or here. And from there you can see the price just pushed up. Gave some nice pips. Unfortunately, London session was on charts. Probably we might have caught that one. But anyways, so let's see what price is doing. This type of price action is not really conducive, even if we want to sell here. You see the type of candles here, they are not that convincing that the price will actually push down back here. That's 1:4. Okay, for that sell from the HOD for now, the current HOD, the type of candles here, they're not really telling. It's different. If you check the price action from the morning and the price action now, it's a bit different. So best to wait for NFP. Let's see what's going to happen. So I'm going to start streaming at 14:25, 5 minutes before, and we'll see where the price will be or how we might take the trade. Okay, so this level they've been failing. What's making me want to buy is they've been failing to break these lows for a minute now, and they activated those with sell orders here and pushed the price back up aggressively. They could shake off a few early buyers before pushing up. So I've got this as a point of interest and possibly this as a point of interest as well based on this candle. So I hope this little session all helps in whatever little way. If it helps you see the patterns clearer, please like and share. If you've got different views, please WhatsApp. Let's share ideas. Write a comment. Let's see how we can all make money. Right. So I think for me, that's all for now.